It's exciting today to be talking about the launch of the Grown Up project.
It is. We're bringing our combined expertise from across the Nuffield Foundation to explore the different aspects of young people's lives and ask the question, what does it mean to be grown up for young people today?
That's right. So we're looking at young people aged 14 to 24, how they navigate their journey into adulthood, the pressures they face, the opportunities that they have. And this is all because we want to know what kind of support young people need in order to be able to achieve, their aspirations for their futures.
Carey, there's always been concern about the younger generation. So why is it important to look at this again now?
So this generation, or Generation Z, have and are facing some particular issues today. They've lived through a pandemic and cost of living pressures. They're experiencing this phase of life through their screens. And there's also been an increase in the number of young people experiencing mental health difficulties. So this tells us that there is something that we need to explore about young people's lives today.
And what are the implications of those experiences for becoming an adult?
Yes, so the traditional markers of adulthood, so leaving education, beginning work, leaving the family home, getting married, having a first child, they are all typically happening much later or in different ways. But that's not true for all young people. So if you're a young person who has had experience of care and lived away from home, or if you've got some care responsibilities within your family home, or indeed through the ideas or images that you might be exposed to online, you may be catapulted into adulthood early. So what we do know, though, is that the journey into adulthood has become more complex and on the whole more prolonged. Tell us a bit more about how we're going to go about the work.
So this is an exploratory project. So we're looking to dig into the issues and the controversial topics. And we're doing that by bringing together our combined expertise across the Nuffield Foundation. So both the core areas of our funding, which are education, justice and welfare, and also our research centres. So the Ada Lovelace Institute, the Nuffield Family Justice Observatory, and the Nuffield Council on Bioethics.
So that's a very broad area. How are we going to narrow it down?
Well, we've decided to hone in on 3 core themes that we think are important for young people, which are the transition from education to employment, mental health, and digital lives. And across those, we're interested in how young people think and feel about the way that those issues contribute to their sense of self. And we're interested both in the commonalities, so the common experiences for all young people of this generation, as well as what is distinctive and different according to the place where you grow up, your family background, and their identity. We're exploring these themes through what we're calling data stories, where we look at trends over time, think pieces, where we're inviting leading experts to explore the controversial topics, and also by directly engaging with young people themselves.
Yes, so young people are right at the centre of this project. And while there's a lot of research in this territory, there's a time lag. And so we don't actually necessarily have a picture of what's going on for young people's lives right now. We also have much less data and research about how young people are using different kinds of digital technology or artificial intelligence. And we also know less about the importance of where a young person lives in terms of the choices and the obstacles that they might face. Let's talk a bit more about how we're going to do this youth engagement work.
Well, we're partnering with Hopkins Van Mill, who've brought together 20 young people from across the UK and very different walks of life to form a youth insight group. And the young people are sharing their ideas, they're challenging our assumptions, and they're both informing and reflecting on the other aspects of the project. And we had our first meeting with them a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Which was really great to meet them. And we were struck by their enthusiasm and their openness and thoughtfulness about the approach and also the issues.
Yes, I found it really inspiring. And it made me think that this is going to be a journey of discovery, not only for them, but also for us.
And we're also engaging with other young people through deep dive workshops. And they're taking place in different parts of the UK, different locations, as well as online. And that will enable us to explore the issues in greater depth. So, Carey, I wonder if you could finish off by telling us what we're hoping that this whole project is going to achieve.
So we will gather a lot of new insights through this work, and we'll be in a position to understand what we want to fund, whether that's research or whether that's innovative practice. And we'll be engaging with policymakers and with practice leaders. This is a fertile area where there's a big desire for change. And also that we'll want to be doing this in order to support young people to have positive change in their lives as they make this journey into adulthood.